sweeping raids across their homes. All 8 accused have been sent to 14 days of judicial custody. Investigators are in fact intensifying the probe. They are widening the net. The money trail, bank transactions, assets and possible links are all under scrutiny right now. With nearly 80 lakh rupees recovered so far, investigators say that the probe is far from over. And we have some breaking inputs coming in this morning as far as this particular story is concerned. SIT, the Special Investigation Team, in its preliminary inquiry has not given a clean chit to anyone. In fact, based on evidence indicating negligence, failure in temple management and lapses in the monitoring system, several office bureaus have been held responsible. This simply means that Champat Rai, Anil Mishra, Gopal Rao are all under the scanner as far as this particular investigation is concerned. We have my colleague Mohit Bhatt joining us live right now for more on this. Mohit, give us more details. What exactly have you learned from what the SIT probe has really established? Because even if SIT probe is suggesting that everybody is under the scanner, those who were involved in management of the donation that was being given to Ram Temple, but many are asking that, no action really is being taken against those who were supposed to oversee the entire process.
Well, yes, in fact, and that is the moot question over here, that why exactly the small fishes who were there on the ground were siphoning off money, they have been caught. But what about the people who had to oversee the whole process? Remember, Hina, that an MOU was signed between the trust and the bank. Now, in that particular MOU, it was clearly stated that when the donation boxes will be opened, there has to be presence of people from the trust and also from the bank. But that SOP was not followed. Now, bank from past few months has been saying that there is something wrong happening within the donation money. The amount has come down. The proper SOPs are not being followed, but no action was being taken. Now, Champat Rai got to know about the siphoning of money on 3rd or 4th of June. On 5th of June, they went to an accused resident. Money was recovered. On 7th of June, Akhilesh Yadav raised this issue. On 13th, the SIT was formed. So why exactly Champat Rai and the others from the trust took so much time in between to file an official complaint? Because the first FIR was filed on 25th of June. Was there an cover-up to ensure that people who are responsible for overseeing the whole process, they get off through this and only the small fishes are being caught? Because the SIT investigation has not given clean chit to anybody, and we know that how the notices have been issued to Anil Mishra and also to the others who are responsible for the managing the donations. But then no clean chit is being given, and also the ambit of investigation will now focus on what exactly happened with the money, from how much time this was happening, and why exactly the police wants to know that no official FIR was being done. Why exactly there was so much hurry, so much haste that the trust officials with the police went to the accused residents, but they did not file an official FIR. Was there an attempt to cover up something? So these are the questions that the SIT would be probing, the police would be probing. We know for a fact that how notices have been given to various banks to and those accounts which are associated with the trust and also with the accused and the other people, they are under the scanner, given the fact that there are reports that the income of all these individuals increased by 300 to 400 times in past few years. So clearly the ambit of investigation is widening. Nobody has been given clean chit.
Then a question that begs an answer, Mohit, right now is that if their income increased so much in past 2-3 years, then why nobody really paid attention to what was really happening? Mohit, request you to please stay on with us. We have some more breaking inputs as well coming in at this point in time. The investigation into the Ram Mandir donation theft case has now intensified further with detailed questioning of former Ram Mandir Trust General Secretary Champat Rai taking place. Police have recorded his statement, and in fact there was a 3-hour-long interrogation that took place. It covered administrative decisions, staff recruitment and management of offerings as well. According to sources, Rai denied involvement in the alleged irregularities, stating he acted promptly after the incident came to light. Let me go across to my colleague Mohit, who continues to be with us at this point in time. Mohit, can you help us understand what was the line of questioning really as far as Champat Rai is concerned? He was grilled for about 3 odd hours yesterday, and his role, many are questioning right now because he was at a position that was supposed to keep an eye on everything that's happening with donation.
Well, yes, in fact, Hina, in 3-hour-long interrogation, he was asked about the administrative process and how exactly the overseeing of the donation process is going on, and also about the recruitment process. Now, Hina, for benefit of our viewers, we need to focus on one important point over here, that is about recruitment of people. Tinnu Yadav, who is Tinnu Yadav? He used to drive an auto rickshaw in Ayodhya. He came close to the senior leadership of the VHP and the RSS here in Ayodhya, and he was working as a close associate of Champat Rai. He did not have any administrative experience. So why exactly he was given such an important position in that trust that he had the keys of the donation boxes? That is the one important question over here. So all the administrative process, everything has been interrogated from Champat Rai. He has denied his role in any irregularities. But then why exactly Tinnu Yadav, who has no administrative experience, was given such a responsibility? Lakh Mishra and Anukal Mishra, they are relatives. So why this Bhai Bhatija Wad in Hindi, we can say, was happening within the trust? Why exactly this was happening? That without having a proper administrative experience, these people were hired and they were given salary of 14, 15, 16,000, but still they made the houses which are worth crores of rupees, lakhs of rupees. So what exactly was happening within the trust? This is something which has come under the ambit of investigation. Champat Rai, the General Secretary of Trust, was asked all these questions. He has denied that I do not have any role in it. But when I got to know, the trust acted promptly. But why, when trust acted promptly, why exactly they went to the accused house? Why did not they file the FIR?
Well,
why
absolutely.
Exactly
those are some pertinent questions, Mohit, that you're raising, and we're all waiting for answers to those really important questions. Request you to please stay on with us. Viewers, did Champat Rai know what all was going on under him? Well, we don't know, but many are saying, many are suggesting that it was happening under his nose, right under his nose, and he stayed mum. And here's the reason why people are saying this. 5th of June, cops raid Avinash Shukla's house. Now, this is very important. Sources tell us that 58 lakh rupees were recovered after this raid took place on 5th of June. Now, action at Champat Rai's behest. Now, 7th of June, trust undergoes some internal audits, and now that is very important. This is what Champat Rai said in his statement on 7th of June, that the trust undergoes internal audits from time to time. The same work is being carried out these days. Nothing noteworthy has really come out yet. This is what Champat Rai had said in his statement on 7th of June. While look what happened on 5th of June. The house of one of the persons was raided, Avinash, and 58 lakh rupees were recovered. The Times now has got some more details as well as far as this particular story is concerned. This is a Times Now exclusive from the Ram Mandir donation theft probe. Sources say the SIT has found possible violations of the agreement between the Temple Trust and SPI governing the handling of donations. Investigators are examining whether key safeguards, including joint supervision, staff rotation, frisking protocols and record-keeping norms were consistently followed during the counting process or not. Bank staff rotation rule, we have learned, has been violated. Let me go back to Mohit, who continues to be with us at this point in time. Mohit, now this is another very important piece of information that we've got for our viewers at this point in time. Sources are saying that perhaps the donation handling protocol that was set, that was also being violated.
Well, Hina, exactly. So you see, there is a memorandum of understanding between the trust and the SBI. Now, it has certain SOPs that needs to be followed both by the trust and by the SBI. Now, for example, in a simple language, I would like to explain it to our viewers that, for example, there has to be a proper frisking process. Somebody who is coming near the donation box or the area where all the money is being kept has to be frisked properly, and everything has to be counted by the people on the ground. The staff rotation also has to take take place. Also, whenever the donation boxes are open, then when the counting process happens, the people from the trust and the officials from the bank who have been appointed over there, they have to be present. But that all was flouted according to the SIT investigation. Now, why this happened? Because there were collusion of people from the bank, there was collusion from the people of from the trust, and this has led to this massive scam. This has shattered the faith in the trust of crores of Hindu all across the world, not just in India. So people are raising these questions that why exactly MOU that was being signed was not followed, and if that would have been happening everywhere there is CCTV, Hina, why did not the trust act earlier? As you rightly pointed out, when Champat Rai got to know about this, the trust official, the police went to recover money from Anukalp Mishra's house. Why exactly at that particular time he was not sent to the custody? Is there a massive cover-up? Because the trust believes that there are bigger fishes who are involved in this, and that is where the ambit of SIT and the police investigation will focus upon. In fact, the notices have been given to various banks to ensure that the details of the bank account of not all these 8 people, but of the people who are associated with the trust, with the bank, who are working within the trust, they are also under supervision of the SIT. So in coming days, we can expect some major revelations in this, because SIT, again I'll repeat, has not given clean chit to any single person. Back to you.
No clean chit clearly has been given to everybody who was somewhere involved in the donation process. Mohit Yogeshwar, please stay on with us. More breaking inputs, viewers, coming in at this point in time. And this is the update that we have coming in about Champat Rai's investigation. Now we have got inside scoop on what Champat Rai, the former Secretary General, told, in fact, the cops. Remember, he was questioned for about 3 hours. The interrogation of Champat Rai, viewers, has thrown up revelations, with sources describing a detailed grilling by investigators over administrative decisions and alleged lapses. During questioning, Rai reportedly faced several tough questions as well that remain unanswered, raising the possibility of further interrogation. Picking up from that last point that you've shared with us, Mohit, that there is room for further interrogation, possibly a further interrogation. Is he likely to be called in maybe today, tomorrow? What's the update?
Well, Hina, surely when the ambit of investigation is widening, now this is just the tip of iceberg. Now the others who are associated with all these peoples, whether they have indulged themselves in the scam or not, they all will be questioned. Now these are the details that we are breaking up for our viewers, that Champat Rai, when he was asked certain questions, there were various questions that Champat Rai evaded or he did not answer, and that is where the SIT has the suspicion that he might be called in again. So the role of the top officials, Hina, is very important. Not just Champat Rai, but Anil Mishra, Gopal Rao, they all can also be called in by the SIT, and surely they will be called, because Hina, when this is happening and somebody is responsible for looking at what's happening within the trust, managing the affairs, and such a big scam is happening that you go and raid a person's house and you get to recover around 60 lakh rupees. So this is something that has been happening for a long time. There was a proper collusion of all these people. Why exactly the people sitting at the trust did not know, or if they knew about it, why exactly they were silent, why there was an attempt to cover this up? And we at times now have been bringing all these cover-up exposes for our viewers, because we believe that this is something that has to do with the faith of crores of Hindus, not just in India but all across the world.
Absolutely.
And hence this has to be exposed.
It is a matter of faith for all the devotees of Lord Ram. Mohit, thank you very much for the moment, for joining us with your inputs on this story. Now viewers, battle over Ram temple donation row is no longer just about Ayodhya. Sensing a political opportunity, Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav is now promising an even better Ayodhya, a Siaram Dham, if voted to power. Remember, elections are due in Uttar Pradesh next year, assembly elections. But Yogi Adityanath, the UP chief minister, has refused to fight on SP chief's turf. In fact, he has flipped the narrative. He is alleging Akhilesh to back the Krishna Janmabhoomi movement in Mathura instead.
जो चढ़ावा चोरी कर सकते हैं, वो हमारा वोट चोरी क्यों नहीं कर सकते? सांसद क्यों नहीं चोरी कर सकते? इसलिए हमें बहुत सावधान रहना पड़ेगा।
इनकी निगाहें नेशन पे नहीं है, डोनेशन पर हैं। जो लोग ये कहते थे नेशन फर्स्ट, उनके लिए लग रहा है कि डोनेशन फर्स्ट है।
अब बारी है बांके बिहारी की, कृष्ण कन्हैया की, श्री कृष्ण जन्मभूमि के बारे में बोलिए, तब हम सच मानेंगे। नहीं तो आपकी झूठ सर, ये धूल झोंकने की राजनीतिक चाल पर जनता विश्वास करने वाली नहीं है।
Well, one thing is clear that this is definitely going to dominate the narrative in the assembly elections in Uttar Pradesh next year. We'll see what happens in the investigation in the Ram Mandir donation case.